Pub Table Racers, the off week show for racing, but not for us. We're here, we're dedicated, we're here to do a show for you. My name is Tim Pack, and sitting next to me is the ever funny, never shy of words, always has some witty comment.
Warren Brazell.
Hey, that's right. Say your name, you'll say it really straight. I like that.
It's the only straight line I got.
Exactly, and that's it. So we welcome all of you. Hope you're having a good summer, surviving the heat. Holy crap, it's hot all over the place. Warren, why do we have a bucket of beer in front of us?
Well, this is Pub Table Racers.
Ta-da!
We like to enjoy a beer as sitting at a pub table, talking to our guests and talking about racing, and that makes it Pub Table Racers. We drink Miller High Life in lieu of our hero, Bobby Allison.
In honor of her.
Honor. Lou, honor.
Because if we didn't put a bucket of beer, we would just be
Right.
bozos on a bench. So Pub Table. Cheers.
Yeah, no one would watch. Maybe they would. If it was root beer, you think they would?
Nope. I wouldn't. Hi, I'm Steph. How are you? Okay. Tonight's show, we have Tim Andrews with us. He is the car chief for Derek Kraus and the Camping World Truck Series at Bill McNally Racing. And he has a pretty cool dad, pretty historic in the industry. And we'll talk to him in a minute. No racing this weekend. Hope you all did something on Sunday, projects around the house, or spent time with your family or all that. And we were talking beforehand on social media. It seems like there's a bunch of people at various beaches around the country.
Yes,
Myrtle
various beaches
Beach.
or went to visit family.
I went to visit family.
Right.
Everybody was up at Wyoming. That was at Wyoming County. Thank you for coming out from Uncle Don's Memorial Race. We dedicated the Packman family scoreboard.
Very nice.
Nice Daktronics, 5 positions and lap counter. Mainly it was my cousins, his kids, but it's pretty cool to look up there and see your family name. And he gave 50 plus years to the Western New York racing community. He's in the Hall of Fame up there, so it was weird to be there without him for the first time in 56 years. But he was there in spirit. So
good for you.
It was good. It was awesome.
That's good stuff.
Good turnout. And it was Racers Reunion, so I got to see
Good history.
Good history. Strong. Yeah. So that was good. I
hung out by the pool, drank beer.
You hang out with, you win. I ate wings, 2 different places. Anchor Bar, took Geraldine down to Anchor Bar, the original place. So she got to have a taste where they came from.
I had wings here. I made them in my Ninja air fryer for the first time. I made
Really?
wings in that thing.
Yeah.
They weren't bad. I got a little work to do, but they weren't bad.
Well, maybe some Sunday we'll come over and sample them
Well,
for you.
we can
By the
both
pool.
do that.
Help you drink that beer.
Absolutely.
Exactly. All right. Only news is maybe you can help. You work at a race shop. I heard the new car is being delivered.
Yes, we've
generation
started to get. We've been getting parts.
Right. But this is for everybody, not just you.
Yeah. I mean, everybody in the sport has been getting parts, components, bolt-on components. Everybody has been now, as of last week, has been starting to get some bodywork panels from 5 Star, and everybody has been starting to get chassis, the large part of the car, the chassis components, front, rear, and center section part of the car. I'm not going to be negative like a lot of people are about this car on social media.
You don't know until it hits the track.
I'm gonna be positive about it, and it's different. A lot of it is a lot different than anything we've seen as NASCAR guys. With the independent suspension and things that are coming, I'm gonna embrace it. I don't know how it'll ever work out for me, but I can't say that this is wrong. You know, what I hate when people talk about this car on social media is that, oh, you have to buy everything from this, you have to buy everything from that. Nobody's building anything anymore. In the 90s when I started this, we bought chassis from a chassis builder. We bought truck arms from the guy who's building truck arms. We didn't hardly build anything. You didn't hardly build anything. It evolved into that so you could have a better piece than anybody else, and now it's just going backwards. We're just unevolving into everybody's got to buy this stuff from these vendors, and this is what you use, and you got to make the best out of it that you can. You know, the drivers are going to make the difference.
Sure.
Period.
Well, you know what? You can't crap talk something you haven't seen on the track yet.
And that's very true
That's
also.
the way to take it. Let's see. Nancy Johnson. Hey guys, can't stay, got a dentist appointment. Nancy, we will write you a note to get out of that. Wally Bacardi and Coke, congratulations on the honor. Oh, the Packman family, I appreciate that, Wally. Hey folks, before we bring up our guests, don't forget we have a website, PubTableRacers.com, and you can buy cool things there like tumblers and koozies and hats and shirts and award-winning children's books, free personalized signature from the author if you order one. And also we are, in addition to the website, we are on YouTube. Just log on, subscribe. It's free. If you watch a couple minutes, it's good. Trying to build our numbers up to become one of the cool kids in YouTube. We're also on, what are those podcasts?
We're on Google Podcasts.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're on Apple Podcasts.
Right.
I think we're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify, yeah. And soon to be another network, which as soon as that's done, I'll share that with everybody. So we're kind of expanding our.
You can listen to us if you don't want to see our faces. You can just listen.
And we won't blame you one bit. So how's that?
I mean, I work with a few guys who, while they're working, they put us on and listen, and hey, that was a good show. That was funny. You guys were
Okay, so they have to look at us.
How many beers did you have, Warren?
All of them. Good, all of them.
How many come in a bucket?
5.
Well,
also
in a 5-gallon pail.
Right.
More.
And the reason that we need beer money is because of our great sponsors. Let's start with A#1, Brad over at Lake Norman Patio Game Room. This will be his last show with us right now. He is moving his to put his money in something else advertising wise. So if you guys can give him a call or stop in, say hey, or look at some items. It's got a lot of great stuff. Outdoor furniture, game room items, bubble top.
A lot of good man cave stuff.
Great man cave stuff. But go by, say hi. We appreciate him. So yes, we are looking for a new #1 sponsor. What's it called? Primary sponsor.
Primary sponsor. Yeah.
Yep. So we appreciate him. But what's up, Jeanette? Hot tomatoes and else. Also, we want to thank, who's behind you there, Warren?
RacingJunk.com.
Buy, sell, trade. If it has wheels, they have it. Go check them out if you're looking to
wheels, skis.
Yeah, if you want to get vintage clothing,
if it runs and drives or floats,
you can buy haulers, race cars, parts, motorcycles, shops, whatever you need. Just go check them out. Just dial in, search, and it'll come up there. But they've been really good about promoting us and helping us. Also, Rapid Removal, our buddy
Darren
Russell. I didn't forget your name, Darren. I was thinking of something. Rapid Removal. He's been with us for a few months now. He's going to extend with us, so we appreciate that. If you're doing a demolition or a remodeling, or you're just cleaning up, and he's the guy to call.
Or as I like to say, your mother-in-law's a hoarder, and you got to
get rid of her.
You have an intervention.
Not get rid of her. Sorry, get rid of her stuff. Yeah.
Well,
sorry.
You could get rid of it too. I mean, might be some FBI stuff involved in there afterwards. But
it's a 20-yard container. Whatever you can fit in there. That's okay. That's on you. But anyhow, Darren does all the legal stuff. He just provides you what you do after that. Yeah. Give him a call. He's in racing, and if nothing else, if you want to get a container from him, 20-yard container, he'll also tell you the great places to go get food on the racing circuit.
Right.
And finally, but never lastly, the garage shop. Aaron Brown and those guys. We've been doing a lot of stuff with them, co-promoting. They've been great. Friday, if you guys didn't see it, we unveiled the Ford Talladega. It was the Leroy Yarborough. Charlotte Speedway. It was the 98 Leroy Yarborough. Just the decals were on it wasn't the paint scheme, but Donnie Ellison came to visit a couple times, and he started running his hand along the car, and you can just see his eyes light up, and he was starting to talk about, he won in that car in Charlotte in 1970, won 4 times in it. His brother Bobby finished second at Dodge Daytona. So when we were watching him, he said a couple of times, it's nice, it's got the wrong number on the side. So I might have bamboozled him to come down and for a documentary announcement. We told him he's a surprise, and so we kept him out of the way, and they had it all covered up, and the guys were in these great uniforms and pulled the cover back, and Donnie was blown away, absolutely surprised.
So when I watched some of it, and the first thing he said was, I want to take some laps in this thing. He's like, I'm ready to get in this thing and make a lap in it. That was cool.
Yeah, first he was like, oh my, he was like, oh, like he wasn't expecting that. But Doug Yates was there, and Jeff Clark was there from Ralph Shakes because they have the power plant.
Big power.
Big power. So we'll be taking that tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Aaron and I are jumping in one truck, and a bunch of guys are jumping in 2 others, and we're taking the Dodge Daytona, the Ford Talladega, and the Roush number 6 Cup car. Fusion. We're taking it first. We're going to New Mexico.
Or
to
Mustang,
Wisconsin.
whatever. Is it?
I'm
Did he
not
turn
sure.
into a Mustang?
Oh,
Anyways,
black and yellow as it says.
yeah, his straight line,
It's a parachute.
his land speed
Right.
cars.
So we're taking those to Spaceport, New Mexico, road tripping. So follow along. We'll have some fun content, goofing off, stopping at, if we come up with the world's biggest ball of string or whatever, stupid pictures like that. But we're doing that, and we test there for 2 days. Then we spend some time in the Moab Desert, and then we go to Bonneville Salt Flats for a week to set some serious records. And looking forward to that. They said the salt is the best it's been in years.
Perfect.
So there's like a 2 mile and a 5 mile. I think there's maybe an 8 mile course, but it's all going to be going on. And the goal is, so Warren's taking off on vacation to
Next
Wisconsin next week. So we are going to still have the show, myself and probably some garage shop guys. We're going to do it from out in the desert on Tuesday. And then the following week, the goal is to have Aaron Brown, who's driving the Daytona and the Talladega, to come on and talk with us about what it's like to go, 250 miles an hour.
Right.
How's that? So that's
And I'll just be posting some pictures from like the Wisconsin State Fair.
Eating a corn dog,
Eating a corn,
drinking a beer,
having some beers, right? Petting a cow,
Perfect. Hey, my
measuring
little,
some pig
my
balls.
little brother, greetings from a plane, getting ready to push back in Chicago. Hey, appreciate it, little brother. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. Wally, if you have a moment, I don't know what that means, but okay. No, we don't. We do. All right, so that's it. We want to thank everybody. Those are our sponsors. And by the way, if you're interested, get in touch with me. We're affordable and fun, right?
Very affordable
And very fun.
and very fun.
All right, speaking of, let's keep the ball rolling. Excuse me. Our guest tonight is what you call legacy in the sport. His name is Tim Andrews. He is the son of Paul Andrews. Paul Andrews, the championship crew chief for Alan Kowicki, also winning crew chief Cup Series for
Jeremy Mayfield,
Steve Park, Jeff Bodine?
Yep.
Yep,
Jeff
okay.
Bodine.
All kinds of. He's just legendary in the sport.
Yeah, been
And,
around forever. Great guy.
Great guy. He's helped Warren's career
Yeah,
a lot.
I worked with him for probably half of my career almost. I'll say about 10 years.
He still talks to you, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
good. Just making sure. And
See,
Tim.
that's amazing, isn't
No,
it?
after 23, almost 24 years, I still talk to you. So Tim was a driver himself for a while, gave it a try.
Yeah.
Won on various levels, but what happens in the racing, kind of go, okay, this isn't going to work. So now he's the truck chief for Derek Kraus at Bill McNally Racing in the truck series, and he is here with us now to join us. And he used to be on the keg, but now he's on the, we call the hot seat. So the crowd goes crazy. Let's welcome Tim Andrews. Oh, the legend they have. All right. First of all, hey, thanks for being on with us.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you
Thanks,
coming on.
Tim.
guys having
Thanks
me
for
on.
coming, buddy.
So before we got started, Warren was upstairs, and I said, "How old are you now, Tim?" And he goes, 38. And I thought to myself, "You're 38. I have known you since you're like 16. That's just pretty damn scary."
And I'll go back even further, probably
Yeah.
12 or I remember. Well, however old you were in '98 when your mom and dad bring you in a shop like Penske Crenifus, I got to meet you and your little brother,
Yeah.
and that, I've known you since then.
Yeah.
But and it's always an honor to watch how you developed into what you are today.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
And I always say this stuff to guys that I like and that are racers and that I know worked for everything they have.
Yeah, I did. I appreciate that, and I'm really lucky to have the family that I've been born into. Man, without them, I wouldn't have the opportunities I
Right.
have for sure. But it instilled I'm so grateful for my dad for instilling good work ethic into me.
So who's Eric Andrews?
Eric is my wife.
Oh, you got a big woo. There you go. So you go, woo. Let's see if you feel that way afterwards.
Thank
All
you.
right, so let's start with what you're doing now, and then we'll kind of go.
Yeah,
right
that
in.
sounds
So
good.
what's your current role?
So, truck chief for the 19 Napa Toyota
Okay.
Truck Series with Derek Kraus as a driver.
Mhm.
Mark Hillman is the crew chief. We're a small group. Bill does it right. He's
Building Valley.
I say we're balling on a budget.
Well,
Man,
he's done it right for years.
Bill's been forced to be reckoned with in the West Coast, and he's putting his foot out in the Truck Series and trying to give guys in his West Coast program somewhere to go beyond his program, and wants to keep them in the fold. And we do a lot with a little bit. We've got 2 poles this year. I think the Truck Series has qualified 3 times, and we've won the pole twice.
There you go. So you're
So
dominating.
we're doing it.
You've done
Nice.
it
For us, we're doing really good. We're competing with the powerhouse teams, and
Yep.
it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work.
What do you like about it, Bills?
Man, I do everything.
Right.
He's a roofer.
Yeah.
Running roof down.
We're spreading mud, welding stuff,
Right.
building components. I mean, just it's been fun. Yeah, not just a setup plate pull down guy. I mean, we've been on the pull down for 2 days.
Right.
I've been trying to get ready for Watkins Glen. We got a little extra time, and it's been fun though. Get to help. We got a couple of young guys, a young driver, obviously with just.
How old's Derek?
Derek, I think, is 19. Yeah.
So, as a former driver, do you look over once in a while and go, "Yeah, I could do that. I could have been."
Yeah.
You don't say it out loud. You say it to yourself. Like,
I still miss it, man.
That's all right. Of course you do.
Yeah, it's.
Shake
But it
this
is
down
fun.
for us, would you?
Yeah, I do.
He's
it's-
only 5'6". Sorry, I can't.
We still go over to DEI every week in dyno, and it's like, and I'm the dyno driver, so because I'm the only one that can fit in a dang seat.
Perfect.
But yeah, I miss it a lot.
Okay. Well, and you should. You know, that happens. So the successes you're building on this team, and the shop is housed where?
We right now share a shop with Hattori.
Okay, over
So,
in the
in the
Lakeside
direction,
Business
Lakeside Park.
Lakeside
yeah.
Park, yeah.
But it's been good. It's getting to work with Zippy and
Yeah.
Tim Rice and those guys on the
Good.
16 truck.
So are you paired? Is that a team? Are you? Is that? Like we are
Working
with
together.
Wood
Yeah,
Brothers?
we do. Yeah, for sure. We don't share all of our secrets, and they
Right.
don't share all of our theirs, but that's okay.
That's
we
fine.
still share common ideas. Hey, what do you guys think about this? Like they're going to the wind tunnel coming up soon, and we're getting ready to we're throwing some ideas on what try to make everybody's
Right.
stuff better.
So you took what you learned. Let's go. Okay, so we got you covered. Let's go back. So
We're gonna go backward.
you're Paul Andrews' kid. So your dad is like legendary, a championship crew chief for Alan Kowicki. I mean that's right there is like something that right there to get you a free beer anywhere in Wisconsin.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
In Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, if I drug him up there and
Yeah.
said, "Just
Yeah.
Paul Andrews' son," we'd never. We need an Uber and a wheelchairs to get out of the bar.
Right. And so your dad, so growing up, you're like very young, watching him hanging around the race shops. And, we were talking about he used to come into Delaware Incorporated
Yep.
when he was with Steve Park. I mean, what are some of your early memories about just hanging around with him at the shop and everything?
I remember probably first grade or so. We took a school field trip there. Yeah.
To Allen's?
Yeah, brought us
Okay.
a field trip to Allen. Everybody always said Allen was just dedicated and so focused. But I remember Allen gathering us all around. They had the gym upstairs and like some storage stuff upstairs. And Allen's up there signing frisbees and tossing them down to us kids.
Nice.
Alan was always said it was super important for us kids to go get an education.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
One of the first engineers in the sport, engineer driver in the sport for sure, and very in tune to what he needed to adjust his car.
Yeah.
And I like to say him and Mark were a lot alike like that. They could work on him
Yeah.
and
Mark Martin.
drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Dad tells stories of Alan. They missed the fuel mileage bad one time, like 10 laps, and Alan's just out there under green flag, running around. And hey, you guys, you sure you got that right on the fuel mileage? Check your numbers again.
Right.
I think you're closer to this.
Because he figured out in his
Yeah,
head
he's running
while
the
he's
green
driving.
flag, figuring laps, figuring fuel mileage.
KB Belmont says, "Team 2.5 men." He says, "Me in the draft." I mean, you're the draft.
Yep.
Because we had KB on, and
Yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite little midget.
Oh wow! There we go. That ought to send him off. And both you being
I mean,
legacies of the
I always say I tower over KB Bellman.
Yes, team
I
2.5
think he's
men.
5'6", I'm 5'6.5". You know what I mean?
We were working at TriStar.
All right.
Him and Russell Simpson's brother, Brian.
all right.
Muscle, the love muscle.
Yeah, I love muscle. So it was the 3 road mechanics on Eric McClure's car at TriStar was
Right.
myself, Kyle, and Brian Simpson, and that was it. We called ourselves Team 2.5 Men.
Perfect. Wait a minute. Here goes KB back with Mighty Midget Baby. Perfect. So when you started the driving thing, what did you start out with? Was it your idea, your dad's idea? Was it kind of together idea?
So the very
Did your
first thing I
dad hoping to
drove,
get a full-time crew chief deal if he had
Yeah,
time?
right.
Right. So go ahead.
working on the future.
Yeah, right.
The very first thing I ever drove in was a little. You guys have been to Pocono, the little quarter midget track outside
Yeah,
Pocono.
right.
Okay.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
94, I'd have to say, maybe even earlier than that. Jeff was driving,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Jeff Bodine.
yeah, Jeff Bodine was driving the car Dad was working on, and it was kind of the thing. The kids,
A lot of the drivers and crew chiefs had their kids
Had their
driving
kids.
at that
Like
track.
a little quarter
Yeah.
midget track, and that was the first place we drove.
It was a
And-
family thing.
Yeah, I didn't think nothing of it. It was a lot of fun, and I think I crashed the first year, and then ended up winning the second year. But then Jeff's kids were getting out of the go-kart thing. They're moving on, or I can't remember what happened, but they were getting out of the go-kart. So Bodine had old 2-team go-karts for sale, trailer, truck,
Sure.
the whole 9 yards. And
How
that's,
convenient.
yeah, hey.
All right.
So we bought the go-karts, or Dad bought the go-karts, and that's how my brother and I started racing. Was going to the go-kart track at Concord, and he would take us as much as he could. But
So Concord Speedway, the back track, the
yeah,
go-kart
well,
track.
Fifth
behind-
Mile and the quarter
Yeah,
mile back
yeah.
to back, which you know, when Dad couldn't take us, God rest his soul, David Keith was taking us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was we were going every week racing it with, but
You're Manny.
yeah.
Right.
He we if we didn't work on stuff and we didn't stay up or we didn't keep the good grades.
Did Mom ever take you? Did your mom, Evelyn?
Oh God.
Anybody who's met his mother, Evelyn, and I love her to death. Just a great woman. She'll tell you like it
Yeah,
is.
there's no gray area. with
No.
it. Yeah.
And
You know
if
exactly
you
where
don't
I
like
stand.
it, she'll punch you in the face.
Troy Phillips says, "Hey, long time no see to you,"
Yeah.
because he's not calling me Timmy. I know that.
No.
Yeah, we got 2 Tims and a Warren today.
Right.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just it's a fact. That's all. So you started the driving thing. You started like in the quarters, and you worked your way up through Bandoleros and that.
Bandoleros. When the first Bandoleros first come around, we were one of the first groups to buy them, and it was we won a lot of races between my brother and
How
I.
cheated up were them things.
There wasn't a rule book for them.
Right,
There's
exactly.
a rule book.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's
Right.
the first ones. We don't know what to do yet.
You tell us what you figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. We won a lot of races.
Dad's got him running on nitromethane or something.
Yeah.
No, not a crew chief. No.
And then moved to the Legends cars and did the summer shootout and Tuesday nights at Charlotte, and then still by that time it was Tiger Tom was taking us some.
Okay, Tiger
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
Stone.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
There's a legend.
So yeah, I love Tiger. He's a great guy. But then it got to the point where I could start driving and driving the truck and trailer,
Do your own
Oh,
thing.
dude,
taking
okay.
us
Yeah.
to race.
Right.
So late models Concord Speedway.
Right.
Pete Raymer was my first owner. He used to own Carolina Truck Repair, and really thankful to him. He funded a whole season of me frickin' crashing a bunch of late models.
Oh wow. Okay. Jeez.
Because I jumped out of a Legends car and went
Kind
to
of
a
a
late
big
model.
jump.
Yeah, went to a late model
It's
at
a
Concord.
big jump at Concord,
Yeah.
which is a tough track
Yeah.
on its own.
Yeah, and a lot of stars there.
A lot of
The first
Yeah.
year I started there, it was a fresh repave too. So that place was fast, super fast.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Learned a lot.
Yep.
Learned a lot of car control. Started crashing a lot less.
Right, stopping too fast.
Yeah.
I didn't crash. I stopped too fast.
Tammy Savage, remember her from
Absolutely,
She
yeah.
says, "Warren, you better watch what you say about Mama."
Yeah.
There's your warning.
What? No,
it was
you know I love your
It
mom.
was nice.
I can say anything I want about his
Her
mother.
husband Scott, my
She'll punch
my
me in the
uncle.
face.
Scott
Savage.
Scott Savage is my dad's half brother.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's right. So when your dad, like, as you got older and you started realizing, and his dedication, his knowledge was phenomenal.
Yeah.
When you started picking his brain as you got older, you had to be like, this is a pretty good source.
Yeah. It's still like I know a lot of fathers and sons just they butt heads and
Yeah.
they don't work well together at all. But man, that's not the case with Dad and I. We gel. We get it. We get each other. We understand each
Yeah.
other. We know we speak the same language. You know, it was awesome. It's so much fun. You know. looking
I
back
mean,
on it.
I know. Recently, probably 3-4 years ago, you guys did a lot of ARCA stuff together. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I mean, you
I
were
had,
probably his main man,
I
right?
call it 2 tours of duty at Cunningham Motorsports.
yeah.
Yeah, I worked. Dad was a general manager and crew chief
Right, remember
for Cunningham twice, and then I worked there two different occasions. And it
You
was
were the go-to
fun.
guy, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we did a lot. We worked.
How
a lot.
is your little Mustang coming? You got it back together yet?
Oh no, money, time, babies.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that part.
I just bring it up. It's
No,
a
no.
kind of an inside thing.
Okay.
But anyways,
Steve Crone says, I remember, he said you did some testing on shakedown testing for us when he doesn't finish it. When I was Finish up. Do you remember the
Finish
shakedown
it.
test?
Shakedown test. I mean, I did straight line testing at DEI.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a
with-
story about that I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Go for it. Now's the time.
So we were at Connie Coletta had a
yeah.
airport,
The dragster
In Michigan.
Drag driver,
Michigan. Yeah.
and I can't remember where in Michigan we were
Somewhere
going.
like close to the
Right
one
on
of the lakes.
Lake Erie
Yeah.
or something. We were right. It was windy. It was terrible.
Right.
But so we go up there with DEI, and I'm doing straight line testing, and Timmy's our driver. And this is the first time we were doing underbody stuff.
Real quick, tell the people what straight line testing is.
So
in a nutshell.
we're at an airport, and what you do is you're on a runway, and you're just going to go as fast as you can from point A to point B, and it's all done with a stopwatch. And if you go faster from point A to point B, you made the car better. If you go slower, you made it you hurt
Changes
it.
worse.
Right.
Yep.
And so we're up there.
And you're the wheel man.
Yep.
He's the wheelman, and we had this car, and it was kind of junky. And I had put at the shop. I put the first underbody belly pan, these pans that NASCAR said we could run, and I made it out of 50 thousandths aluminum. Okay, and 50 thousandths is, think about it, it's like a dime. It's about as thick as a dime.
Thank you.
So Timmy makes his first run. He goes, "Hey, something just flew out the." We all have radios on.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, something just flew out the back of this thing. I don't know what it was. And here's my pan that I made. and it looks like
Twisted
a
hollow.
tinfoil ball of
Junk.
shit, I'll say. And because this is before we knew what the suction
Right.
and the pressures were
Yeah.
on this stuff. We didn't
Yeah.
know.
Right.
It was all new to us too. And it sucked the pan right off this thing and spit it out the ass end. And we picked it up, and I'm like, oh man. And I straightened it out. I put a bunch of stiffeners in it. We put it back on the car. It was fine for the test.
Sure.
Yeah. We got through the test, but he's like, hey, something just came off this thing and spit out the back.
So Steve Kraus said when you were at Red Bull, did you do some shakedown Red Bull, Team Red Bull?
No, I never did anything.
Okay,
But
all
I
right.
remember.
All right, Steve.
He had a pan story.
All right, it's fine. And okay, so that was your story for that one.
You remember that now?
I do now. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
remember-
the first
it
run.
was that
like right off
green
the truck.
car.
Yeah.
Remember that green? It was
This is
ugly.
Ugly as could be.
car.
Yeah.
So other racing that you did some ARCA racing, correct?
Yeah, did a season. Well, did a
What was the team?
started the season in first at Bush North.
Okay.
The first Bush North car I drove was for Teddy Marsh
Okay. Where's the name?
with Steve Clark
Right.
was the driver, and Dad was Steve was driving their Bush car at the time,
Okay.
and Dad was helping a bunch with the Bush car, trying to help those guys get fast. Well, the Steve's been good, and kind of as a thank you, Teddy took me to New Hampshire and drove my first Bush North race.
How'd you do?
Finished sixth.
Not bad.
Yeah,
bad.
not bad.
Way to go.
Went up there and tested, and it was pretty quick. Just took right to it, and then ended up finishing sixth in the day. Qualified like crap, but I
Oh,
do.
man. They don't
Yeah,
give trophies. Well,
No.
they give a trophy for qualifying.
qualified like 15th,
Good.
and then finished sixth. But anyways, that
New
led.
Hampshire's not an easy track.
No,
Yeah.
no, I never run worth of crap there again.
Well, six is pretty good.
Yeah,
An ARCA race.
yeah, and then that led to an opportunity to move to New Jersey when I was 20 years old, and to go race for a Bush North team up there.
Which one was it?
JT Massey, not around
Right.
anymore.
Right.
But
You had to work too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I had to work.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
weren't just here's my
Tell-
helmet.
No,
Yeah.
I had to go and work,
Yeah,
go
you
to the
were
shop
just-
every day, and
Yep.
we worked our tails off
Yep.
on that deal.
So you could drive.
Yeah, and that deal only lasted I think for myself about a half a season, and then
Do you want to know why or no?
it was money.
Okay.
It's just money.
You gotta ask.
Yeah,
We all know.
Well, I mean, it could have been, hey, thanks for showing up with this kid over here.
yeah. No, it was the,
Yeah.
the
Has
team
more
on-
money.
Exactly. Thank you. That was
Well, that it still comes down to money.
Right.
And
Talent.
Joey McCarthy was my teammate, and
Okay.
he had a family, and they had enough money to run one team. So Joey kept the deal, and I'm a 20-year-old kid with no real ties. So see you
In
later,
New
bud.
Jersey.
Yeah, see you later, bud.
That
so
was it. You came back down here.
came home, went to work for Nitro.
Nitro.
Nitro manufacturing,
for
built
the,
bid
for
boxes.
Danny.
Pit
Yeah,
boxes.
do you
know who started his career like that down here?
I did too.
Yeah.
I worked for Jeffrey Fenning, I was Danny's competition at the time, and then your dad hired me at Penske Granifus.
Oh wow, cool.
Then he hired you at DEI.
Then he hired me at DEI.
Yeah.
This
Then he helped me get hired back at Penske.
That's right, you did.
So I put your dad down on my resume
Mm-hmm.
for Penske, and he seen me at Charlotte. I got a Penske shirt on. Your dad sees me at Charlotte. He goes, "Oh, I see you got the job." And I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "I put you down as a reference." He says, "Yeah, I know they called me." I said, "What'd you say?" He says, "Told them to effing hire you."
Oh, okay. Did Paul Andrews say
Thanks,
that?
Paul. Love you, buddy.
Why just hire him? That's good. So Steve Crown, I don't want to leave you hanging here. He said when he was at Red Bull, you started to jack the car up for some changes, and I said to him, "What are you doing jacking your car up at Richmond?"
Oh, yeah.
Now it comes back here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was, I worked on cars.
That's all you
just
do.
what I did.
Right.
You can't stand around and watch.
You get out, you go back, and you keep working on the freaking
Right.
car. It's just what you did. I felt like to be part of the team, you had to be one of the guys too.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
just not going to carry my helmet in. So
Right.
No, you've
Make you
always
safer
been
for-
one of the guys.
yeah, that's the way it is. That's the way how I was raised. And it's what I want to keep. It's obviously what I keep doing.
So, question: you're in school. You went to public school, I think.
Yeah,
Okay, so
sure.
you're in school, and there's other racer kids in there.
No.
Okay, thank you.
no.
That's good. So when you start doing like, what do your dad do type thing? Did people know about the racing?
No, I
Really?
kind of felt like I was an odd duck. I still am, but
We
I
are.
focused
Anybody who's
hard.
in this sport's odd in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form.
Some more than others.
Right. I mean, some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I
You're
got it.
tall, Reggie's short.
So yeah, you're in school. I always wonder when you're in school, and you talk about racing, and there's really either some kids were into it or they weren't.
yeah, there wasn't much that were into it. I was in the auto mechanics class. Went through all 3 years of auto mechanics
Yeah.
class. So that group, that group was into it and supported everything. I had a couple of buddies. Adam Beaver was he also was a racer at Concord, and a couple of those guys. But yeah, it was. I focused hard on the racing deal because I wanted to be a driver.
Right.
I was driven to drive. That's what I wanted to do. But I knew to be a better driver, I needed to work on the things and
Makes
backup
sense.
plan if things fail.
Sure.
That
So
was-
I got a question for you. It's a little offbeat, but I always. Your dad's a crew chief. He's a NASCAR crew chief. You definitely go to track sometimes. Whose kids did you hang around? Did you hang around with anybody other?
Yeah.
Who did you hang around with?
I remember, Coleman Presley. We worked on the
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
The
I love
Presley
it.
family. We
Yeah,
love
great
the
kids, great
Presleys.
guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Great guys.
So and Coleman's an awesome spotter now.
He is, yeah.
He sure is. Yeah,
He's a good driver too. He just never got that.
Yeah.
just never got the right
When I was
shot.
at
He's a
R3,
golfer too. Can he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
When he was at R3 Motorsports, he'd fill in sometimes. Did a
Okay.
great job.
So
Great
okay,
job.
Coleman. Who
Yeah.
else?
Brandon McReynolds.
There you go.
All right.
Now he's a big time.
Are you guys still buddies?
executive.
Now are you guys still kind of buddies? You guys are.
We haven't. We kind of just did. Everybody's kind of went their
Yeah,
own
because
ways
you
through
said
life.
yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
We know that.
But don't really get to see any of those guys anymore.
Right.
But
Yeah, I like to ask that because there's kind of a brat pack.
Sure.
there was.
Great
Yeah.
pack,
There always is. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had Bradley Means on, and I know Brad and Dale Jr. used to hang out when
Right,
they were
they're
little
kids.
guys.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So and that's I just like to
But yeah.
I bring that up
That's
just because
good.
it's cool. I think it's cool.
Adam Hedger, you know him?
Yeah. Worked with
Dover, fall of 06. I still have the hat.
him. Yeah. I still
There you
get
go,
the
here
picture
we
of my
go.
toolbox every day.
What's the story?
So
This is my proudest Timmy moment.
so
I watched it on TV.
Yeah.
Cheered you the whole way.
So Dover Bush North race 2006.
Right.
Qualifying is back then you had happy hour. So
Yeah.
we had enough time for practice, and put stickers on for a mock run in practice. And I told myself, I'm going down here and I'm gonna freaking hold it wide open. I'm not lifting. So freaking drive off into one. Gets tight, lift. Damn it. Okay. Finish the lap. Okay, that's cool. So qualifying's next morning. Colder, more tape, blah blah blah, whole
right.
deal. Take the green flag, drive off in there. Freaking thing lands. It sticks. Oh shit! It turned. Oh, I did it! Come on the radio. I did it! I freaking did it!
I'm wide open.
Yeah, it's Dover.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you go
Yeah.
off the turn one, you're literally dropping a
Yeah,
two-story
and,
building.
and you
Yeah.
ain't going like
Right.
25 mile an hour. You're
Yeah.
going like
You're home.
160.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So run 2 laps, wide open. Still qualified third.
Top 3, man.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So start the race, and Steve Park was in the race.
Mhm.
Was and running along, and freaking run really good, and then come down to the end of the race and caution, late race. Steve's leading, and he and I are just battling like crazy, and catch a lap car. And I remember I'm driving the shit out of it, chasing him down, almost wrecked the thing off of 2 one time, trying to pass a lap car, got up in the dirt and freaking got both hands crossed up bad, and chase him back down, pass him on the outside, red flag, two to go. Sitting there, having to wait more, and Steve's still second.
Was there rain?
No, it was a big crash.
Okay.
Big crash.
Because that's a self-cleaning track. In
Yeah.
case you never heard. Then you never heard 38 times per
So
hour
we're
in the
just
broadcast. But
sitting there for 15 minutes thinking about how I'm going to do this.
huh?
And, all right, first lap, I'm not lifting. So, drive off in there, clear him by the time I get off turn 1, end up winning the race.
Yeah.
Steve's coming in victory lane, freaking hugging,
Yeah.
happy as hell. Just like one of his kids won the
Good.
race.
Perfect.
It was so much fun. But, to get back to Adam, you look at the victory lane photo, and there's petty uniforms, yellow uniforms.
Oh, the hodgepodge crew, yeah.
Biaggi brothers. I was working at Biaggi at the time,
Okay.
and just
All the help you
all
had.
kinds of different help. You
Yeah.
know, just Corey O'Connell was my tire guy. His wife, is Alicia, was spotting. I'm still great friends with them, but just all the different array of people in the picture. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember it because it was on TV, and I don't know why, but whatever. I remember watching it. And I'm like, oh my god, Timmy's gonna beat Steve Park, and it was like it's like a Kodak moment because Steve. I mean, you and him are
Oh
probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
I golf with him to this day now.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna bring it up to him now.
That's our guest was the other night.
Yeah.
Remember the
I
kid
had
that-
Timmy on. Can you
Kid that
kick
kid-
your ass?
Over.
But no, it's kind of like almost passing of the torch, right?
Yeah. It was a cool day though.
Yeah, it was a great day for you. I was so happy.
It was a lot of fun
Very
because
proud of
I
you.
still had to go to work the next morning, so I couldn't celebrate.
Really?
I had to go back and work on the bush cars.
Yeah.
But it was really
Saturday.
cool that
I might
day.
have got a day off.
So you're going along the driving thing, and then when is it? What point do you? And I hate to say this, but
Yeah.
you go. You know
You
what?
can say give up or
I know,
transit.
just-
Let's say
You finally have to
transition.
realize that this driving isn't going to
Right.
go the way I wanted it to.
Oh,
But I want to stay in the sport because nobody really walks away. They
No.
find something else to do.
I remember it pretty clear. I was flopping around, just starting park stuff here and there, and just trying to fight and claw, and not really getting anywhere. Don't really have that gift of gab to try to chase after the sponsors like I needed to.
You needed one of us.
Yeah,
You have to get them, that scare them off. Go ahead.
but I remember it pretty clear. It's just I can't remember if I was working for my dad, but I was definitely in my dad's shop in Mooresville, and we were leaning on the carpet table, on the sheet metal table, and just like, I think I gotta commit one way or the other.
Right.
And I gotta either commit full time to trying to drive and keep scrapping and struggling, or go full force and make a living as being a car chief, crew chief, or just back down the mechanical role,
Right.
or back into a spotter. So yeah, that was I really don't remember. I think 2012
Okay.
or 11, something like
So
that. Somewhere in that
it's been
time
8
frame.
years.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to say this though. People who've like yourself who have that experience, that driving experience, and with your dad's experience, what you've gotten from working on your own stuff experience, you could go so far by being a mechanic or a car chief, or you have so much knowledge, that it's probably easier for you than it would be for a guy just walking in his deal trying to do it.
Every team needs
You
one
know what I mean?
driver.
What's that?
Every team just needs one driver. They need several mechanics.
Right,
Exactly.
and you need a leader, and
Right.
you need a guy that can. You need a roofer.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you have a driver telling you how the car is reacting, he knows it because he felt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always say some of the best crew chiefs, Paul Wolf,
Former driver.
Rodney Childress,
Former almost big time driver.
right? these
trucks
guys
they
are
feel.
some of the best crew chiefs because
They know.
when their drivers giving them some info, and they're not engineers,
Sure.
but they're smart as engineers.
Mm-hmm.
When their drivers giving them info, they can play on that because they know what they were feeling
Right.
at the same point in time.
Well, you know, Bobby Ellison said the best engineer is the one at the bottom of your back.
Yeah, your bass.
Exactly. Thank you, Warren.
I'll say it like
For
that.
those of you who didn't get what I was talking about.
Right, it's the seat of your pants.
But he also said, with engineers now, he always said every time, the rule should be every time an engineer makes a change, he should have to ride in the car for 2 laps next to the driver.
Absolutely.
And
I
see
agree
how it
with
goes.
that
Yeah.
100%.
He's like, okay, I guess I didn't go too good type thing. But
Yeah.
yeah. Adam Hedger said, didn't watch it on TV. Warren built the spoiler on it. Did you have built it, or he built the spoiler? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I ever worked on it.
There was a comma there.
Yeah, I probably-
I have built some. Maybe he's talking about something I've done in the
Okay, got
past.
it. Okay.
About with spoilers that I
Okay.
built, and he's being, you
Okay,
know,
got it.
might have hit a
Because
gray.
Yours were very innovative, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, at
Well,
times.
yeah. Because cheating isn't allowed, remember that?
Right, oh, yeah, never,
Yeah,
never,
there's some
never.
truck cheat, yeah. Oh, God. All right, so when you make that decision, and I give you credit because some guys will chase it right into and they just disappear.
Yeah.
But you had the mechanical ability that you had already had with you to say, okay, now I'm going to start committing to being a mechanic or
Yeah.
underneath whatever you want to special.
Car chief.
Yeah.
Now you're a truck chief.
Truck, yeah.
Truck chief.
So I really got my feet wet as a more of a, in a leadership role. I kind of felt like the driver is kind of a leader, especially on a small team.
Mhm.
You know, guys,
Mhm.
you get guys
should
that
be.
don't really kind of know
You had
what's
to
going
help
on
them,
sometimes.
right?
Yeah, so you just had to help them guide a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. But I really got as a car chief in the ARCA series was for Thomas Hessert. Tommy Hessert was
Okay.
was who I got my start as a truck chief or car chief, I should say, and then that kind of transitioned into getting an opportunity at TriStar in 2014 to go to the back to the Busch series and do be a car chief in there.
Who you car chief for?
It was started out with Mike Bliss.
Okay.
Oh, okay, got it. Yep.
Yeah, Bliss, and that was a lot of fun. We really, we ran well for what we had and what we had going on. And then Eric McClure was after that, and then went back to, or actually had tried my hand at being a crew chief in the beginning of 16 for
Right.
Contreras Motorsports as a truck crew chief.
Okay, how'd you like that?
That was tough.
Why?
That was
What made it
tough.
Why-
Low
what made it tough?
budget, real
Okay,
low
all right.
budget.
So it was just money, not the fact that you.
It was,
were in over
you
your
know,
head.
trying to make a whole lot, trying to do a whole lot with just
With
not
a
a lot.
little bit, yeah.
Working out of Bobby Daughter's shop,
Okay.
renting space from Bobby Daughter and using some of their equipment and their guys and stuff. And, we had, I feel like we kind of exceeded. We had Mike Bliss driving the thing a couple of different times.
Right.
And, ran just outside the top 10. So that was,
So you did okay.
did okay.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
you can
You're
learn
a
a lot.
factor in
I
that.
always say
Yeah.
you can learn a lot being on them lower buck teams because of the work ethic you have to have, and you just learn more.
Yeah.
Because you have to do
You have
more.
to. If you want to succeed,
Right.
you got to learn. You got to talk. You got
And
to listen.
you know, whenever I run these guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I worked at Joe Gibbs for 20 years, and I've put the left front crush panel in for my whole life," and I'm like, "Okay, so what are you gonna do when that goes away?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
and I'm just throwing that out. But you
No,
know,
I get it, I get
you know
it.
what I mean? It's like, what does that mean?
Sure.
Yeah,
Well, that's a lot of.
because you got 20 rings, but all you did was put that one thing in.
Part of the team, man.
Where'd you? Yeah,
That's all you know.
Well, it's like what I do. Oh, I can write one press release. I can do that. Press releases. So I take some when I went to run the track up in Buffalo. I was like, okay, I've done this PR thing, this communications thing,
Yeah.
but I think there's more I want to learn and do. And so you go and you do it and say, I was in over my head. I knew that, but you got out of it. But
right.
so now you're diverse. Now I have that knowledge like you. So
Yeah.
it makes me think. Just goes up to this weekend, it's fresh in my head. But what you're saying is basically you said I'm going to broaden my horizons, and I have all this knowledge already, and I'm going to put it to use.
Yeah.
So you're not just one person,
Yeah.
one.
I
athlete.
can't remember why, but I came to your dad's ARCA shop that was over across from the wind tunnel one night. I can't remember if I helped someone fix something or if I had to pick something up but you had your little Mustang up on a rack. it's torn to pieces.
Street car.
Yeah, street car. Yep.
Yeah, your that SVO.
Yep.
what's his face is there?
Probably my little brother was there.
Your little brother was there. Your
apart.
dad was there. I think your dad was on crutches because that's when he broke
But he
his
fell
legs.
off the
Yeah,
ladder.
surprised me.
And whatever it was all about, I was like, oh my God, this is a mess, you know. And I think I helped your dad. I think I helped him do something.
Yeah.
Maybe under the table.
So if you folks have any questions for Tim Andrews,
Might have
now's
been
the
an
time.
airbox or something.
This is your time to ask questions. We're doing it here, but this is a participation sport. If you're drinking a beer with
Yeah,
us
we shut
at
down.
home,
Cheers.
no, I'm not. Just trying to get the flow going here. bud.
Get it going.
All right. And so ask questions. Adam Hedger. Adam's like #1 fan.
Yeah.
He's all over it. He says, I've seen those spoilers also won. The NBA. I'm not going to go into details on the whole thing.
Well, he was an official for a while.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was?
he was.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're trying to bamboozle him with your spoilers.
Was that his dad?
Randy was
Was that his dad or his uncle?
Randy?
That was his
Randy.
dad. Randy was his dad.
Well, I tried to bamboozle the whole hedge.
Way to go. And here you still are, employed. Good job. You've never been fined directly, have you?
Not directly.
Okay.
I've had my hard card taken away.
For
Bamboozlement.
Bamboozling. I own a catch can that happens to hold about 2.5 gallons of gas.
this one over there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was topping off a can,
Uh-huh.
a first can. So they only give you so much gas at the
Right.
beginning of a race.
Right.
This is the old days.
Sure.
And I had this catch can that was huge. I'd fill it up by the truck and then dump it in the first can so you could take one can. And I got caught topping off this can with my catch can. They took my hard card away. And my really good friend Slugger Labby went and got my hard card back. He was a crew chief. He actually, how did you get caught? And I'm like, I didn't think anybody seen me, and they didn't. Anyways.
Did you have your hard card ever taken?
No.
So you're a good person. Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure.
The only time
You're
I ever
good.
got called to the ARCA trailer was I was driving. It was at Pocono my first start.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sat
Ooh.
on the pole that day.
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
Really?
Did, yeah.
Congrats, yeah.
Thank you. But
So you had those moments where you can look back and go, I had some pretty good moments. It wasn't
Yeah.
like it was a total disaster.
no, I
Okay,
definitely did. Like
You had wins, you had, yeah.
first time in a bush car, a real bush car, driving for Rick Ware, and we would go up there to starting park, and we're like practicing, doing the deal, and 10th to 15th on the board, really good.
Right.
Rick calls us up that night, Friday night, and says, "Hey, you think you can get a pit crew together, go race?" Oh shit!
That night? Oh,
Yeah,
well, I mean,
I think
sure.
Rick had a truck, so he was
Right.
in wherever trucks were
Right.
racing, not in Dover, and freaking qualified like 13th. In
Right.
I remember racing Justin Algar. Justin was racing the Penske car.
You had a shot
that's
at the top 10, and,
Yeah.
and you needed a pit crew for
Yeah, so we were just
What'd you do?
we hodged
Sure,
something
sure.
together.
You know, those crew guys, word gets out, goes, hey, Tim Andrews needs, and next thing within 10 minutes, you
Yeah.
get yourself a crew.
And I do,
Yeah.
being in the sport for so long.
Right,
Luckily
yeah,
enough,
good-
we got
good
enough contacts,
connections,
good
good
friends,
connections.
and hey, you got
Yep.
enough people together.
That's
to
before you
do
go on
the deal.
Facebook, go, I need a crew for tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Way before
not
that
this
time.
was, yeah.
So, but yeah,
Always-
it,
Yeah. Click, click.
Not
click.
quite,
Yeah, right.
not a rotary.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
I was actually racing. I was still spotting for Yates at the time, so I was spotting for Eric Darnell. Was driving the Yates' Cup car,
Eric,
the
yeah.
'96 Cup car, and Toby was spotting for Eric in the Busch race, but Eric was racing the Cup race also the
Right.
next day, and I was chasing Eric down at some point in the race, and Toby comes on the radio and tells Eric, "Hey, you better get your ass in gear. Your spotter's getting ready to pass you."
How'd that go over?
We laughed about it after that.
Your spotter's getting ready
That's
to pass
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
Well, you know, Rick Ware. Rick is one of those. The thing I like about him is he goes to the beat of his own drum. He wears the jeans. He's got the rock and roll
Yeah.
spike hair.
Yep.
And he's the type like, hey, we got a chance doing something here. Let's go. Let's go. for
He's
it."
pretty genuine.
He's pretty
Yeah.
cool, down to earth. I mean, we had Jason Hodling on there,
Mhm.
and his wife,
Yeah,
and he says we don't want to run back there, but we're doing the best we can with what we have.
yeah.
But the mentality that he has, I always enjoy.
Is they understand it.
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
like, this is what we got. We're gonna do. But now you gave an opportunity. To go, well, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's nail it and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yep. Dad was.
Sorry, your bill's a little higher for that one. That's okay.
What's funny, I seen Jason at Pocono and I waved him, "Hey buddy, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Hi. And he's like, he was surprised I even talked to him.
Why?
Well, because I got a Penske shirt on.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
We're all
no,
pe-
it's cool.
We're all
why
people.
not?
We're all people.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you're doing the crew thing now, so you've been a truck chief. How long you been there?
So I've been truck chief in the truck series since middle of 16.
Okay.
So I got an opportunity at GMS halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Sauter was coming over, or Sauter they were changing up crew chiefs, and I think Ben Kennedy was getting a full time, moving into a full time deal. So they needed a truck chief. So I went to work for Sauter and Joe Shear, and Joe and I started on the same day. Like I think I officially started on Monday, but I dropped my toolbox off on Friday, and we're on the pull down rig the Saturday before we're working. Like we went straight to work.
And what happened that year?
Well, my first race, we sat on a pole at Texas, and then later on in the year, won 2 races, Martinsville, Texas, almost shoulda, coulda, woulda, won Phoenix. So the last 3, and then went to Homestead, finished 4th, and won the championship.
Nice.
Oh, it's good.
Very
So,
nice.
And that's the picture we used to.
The last
promote.
time I didn't have this.
Yeah. When you walked in, I said, "Oh my God!" Last time I saw you, couldn't even shave. Jody Barron.
Jody Barron. So Jody worked on the one car with your dad and I. You probably know him.
So
He was a fabricator.
Yeah.
he says, "What's up, Tim and Warren? Love the show. Thank you. I wish I stayed awake. So do we. For Lopes, we had some stories. I'll tell you. That's perfect, man.
I'm gonna see if I can contact. We'll get Jody.
We
on.
gotta get Jody on. Maybe he'll stay awake.
We
for
used
us
to call
again.
him Bull. Jody used to make a complete disaster area mess of something he was working on.
Okay.
But when he got done, you were like, "Wow, that looks really good."
Okay.
We call him Bull because he looked like Bull from Night
Oh,
Court.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
Marky Post. There you go. Yeah, we have to have him on because we got these guys. That's the ones we want to have on.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for? All right. So now let's bring up to now. You have a wife.
Yeah. The wife.
How long
I've
you
been
been
married for 2 years now. Got
How'd you
married.
meet her?
Bumble, internet. Yeah, it works. It works.
It works.
It works.
Actually,
That's good.
there's several of our friends in different areas outside of racing that have connected on Bumble
Okay.
and still, are married.
But,
Very happily
but
married.
Bumble, I heard, is cool because the girl contacts you.
The girl,
That's
if
good.
the girl's interested, she'll reach out. She'll
Yeah,
engage.
I
It's a good deal.
I heard it's pretty cool.
Engage.
I heard it's pretty cool. All right, so you meet Erica, you start dating, and you got married 2 years, and now you have
I
a
have a 4-month-old son. He's
Right,
getting
name-
ready to be 5.
name?
Finn Carter Andrews.
Finn, little Irish there.
We just liked it. It seemed
Finn,
trying to be not silly,
right?
not crazy, but something a little different.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Family name's Carter, but her family name is Carter, but it kind of it fit right in. It just sounded good.
Right.
Yeah, I went with Chase and Wyatt, and I wanted to go with Jake and Elwood. And my wife was like, "No,
No
not in
way.
your life." Right.
I tried Enzo.
So
I tried to get Enzo over. So it wasn't
I
for
was
me.
like, "Well, how about Butch and Sundance?"
No, yeah.
And that wasn't going to work either. So
How about Bugs and Daffy? That wasn't gonna work either. Elmer. And you went triple. So
duck season.
Duck season, rabbit season.
Fire.
Shoot me.
Fire.
All right, so now let's bring it up here. We're wrapping up here. So
You know why Minnie left Mickey?
Okay. Anyhow. hey. Okay, got it. We're on you. We're live here.
I know.
All right. So you're looking at your life now. You're 38. You got a wife, a kid. You're a truck chief. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
You're any regrets?
No
regrets.
Can't. Why? Why regret anything?
Just wondering because people
Yeah.
use a wonderful wishes because they see driver, but they don't realize there's so many drivers that are now involved. Chad Little on the officiating side, David Green, he works for NASCAR. I mean, a bunch of guys.
Right. Even Coleman. You know what I mean?
Coleman,
Yeah.
he's spot on.
I mean, all of them guys.
it happens.
You're right.
But at least you try.
No,
You
I
gave
wouldn't
it a
trade
try.
nothing.
Right.
I had great experiences. Everything led me to be where I am today. Good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
It's all part of life, man. There's
You know,
no sense in looking back. You can learn from the past, but you got to look towards
Well,
the
you know,
future.
it really helps you. I mean, it's because you were the same last time I saw you, and you're a good person.
Yeah, thank you.
You're not some jerk shithead entitled championship crew chief kid.
If you knew my mom, she'd be my
Yes,
ass if I
exactly.
turned back
Well,
on that.
Right.
that was
Yeah.
good.
And I
Yeah,
do.
that's good. Right.
You know. Here's what I'd like to say. I kind of hate this saying, "Living the dream." You get these guys at these race shops. Living a dream, man.
It's a nightmare, yeah.
Living a dream, living a dream. No, we are living a dream
Right.
because you know what?
You all chose to do this.
Yeah.
We all wanted to be working on race cars when we were little kids,
Or around
and
them.
we are now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I get it.
And I hate the guys that use that as a shitty saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? You're working on race cars.
There's 100 guys sitting outside there looking through the window want to be
And
here.
even if there's not 100, you're not digging a ditch
Right.
or holding a stop sign saying,
Slow.
you know,
Yeah.
turning the stop
that-
sign for the paver.
Right.
You know, you
But-
could be that guy
But
with
not
the
that it's
stupid hat
bad.
on.
But you're out there, but you're doing something that is very unique, and everything you do is seen on TV that weekend.
Right.
Your finished product is seen on TV. Right.
I mean, we're not curing cancer, but we're making race cars go
Exactly.
fast.
Well, that's pretty damn cool.
It is a lot of fun.
Damn right.
Hey Tim, you heard the bell there. Apologize. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats
Appreciate
on
it.
Cheers.
Continued success.
Yeah.
With us,
Love you,
husband-
brother.
Husband, wife,
Yeah.
and hope you can put that Kraus kid in victory lane.
Yeah, we want to. We will.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the.
Need a little help with the spoiler.
you want to win and keep the win? Anyhow, I'll give you another note. Anyhow, we
Side
appreciate it.
force is king, I'll tell you that.
We next week we're gonna we'll try to come for you. We'll be on vacation. I'll try to come to you from somewhere out in the desert.
Comfort you.
Come to you from
Oh,
somewhere out in the
oh.
desert. And then after that, we're going to try to come to you from Bonneville Salt Flats. So name another show out there that's doing what we're doing. Can't.
None.
You know what?
Zero.
We're pumped too.
Like Sister Betril, none.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good one. Stay cool and stay safe, and catch you next week. Wow. Hey, another great show.
Great
Thank
show.
you so much, everybody,
Yep.
for tuning
Enjoyed
in.
it.
We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night, and Warren, I think the guests we've had have been fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And the people that are following us, we appreciate it. We're reaching 42,000 people a month. Can you believe that? And we appreciate you watching. And
Right. We're having fun. Hope everybody else enjoys it.
that's it. And it's just a fun show. Bucket of beer, guys sitting around talking about it. So keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out our store and everything. But we appreciate you people, and we will see you next week. Right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you next week.